You know, I was sitting back reading an article on Derrick Rose and some comments that he recently made. And, you know, I mean, the backlash this man got, I found to be not only racist, but it goes to show you that we have people that don't give a damn about people's future and more important things that are happening in life besides the NBA championship. And people think that, you know, black men, as soon as they throw a couple of thousands or millions at, we supposed to start buck dancing and cooning for the highest bidder. But I'm gonna let you guys hear some comments that was made on First Take by Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. And, you know, we all know how Stephen A. Smith get down. But you know, basically Derrick Rose was just like, yo, you know, I'm thinking about my future. You know, I'm not just concerned about, you know, going ham on the court or, you know, doing all these acrobatic moves that can potentially hurt me in the long run. I'm thinking about my future. You know, but I'm going to go ahead and play this for you. I'm not going to show the video because I don't want no issues with, you know, this whole YouTube bullshit.
You guys have a problem with Rose's comments. Stephen A.?
Skip Bayless, I have to tell you that when I heard these comments, and I'm not exaggerating, I was devastated, to be quite honest with you. You know how I feel about Derrick Rose. You know how great I think he is as a player, as well as a person. Nothing has changed in terms of my opinion about how I feel about him as a person, of course, but I'm of the mindset, Skip, that if Derrick Rose is healthy, the Chicago Bulls are going to the finals. And Derrick Rose will win League MVP honors. Certainly Comeback Player of the Year honors. He's played just 10 games over the last 2 years. But to be in the midst of a $90 million contract, guaranteed over a 5-year period.
There they go with the money.
Played just 10 games of 164 in the last 2 years. To literally state that, you know, you're thinking long term and bringing up stuff about being able to walk around with your kids and, you know, go see them. I don't understand that. It's inexcusable. It's egregious. It's the kind of thing that if I were the Chicago Bulls, if I were Jerry Reinsdorf, I would sit there and literally feel like I gave this man this money. I couldn't believe the words that came out of his mouth. Because the reality is that I mean, this man is not playing football. He's not boxing. Chances are, whatever injury he sustains, the danger that he'd have to be concerned about is not being able to play basketball at the highest level anymore. It's not like he'd have to worry about never walking again or anything like that, or you know, or death happening.
Yes, he does, because if he lands the wrong way, and we all know, those who watch basketball, we all know that, you know, Derrick Rose, he turns up on the court. You know, the guy's phenomenal. He's my favorite player that's in the NBA right now. The guy is remarkable and he's explosive. And if he does something the wrong way, he can land the wrong way and he can lose his life. So I don't know why Stephen A. Smith is saying this.
On the basketball court, you know, that's not what he's talking about here. So it doesn't really make much sense what he was alluding to, Skip. And to me, the people that had said, you know, I have been supportive of this guy, as you well know, Skip, on this show, all of these, it saddens me, man, because I never saw that coming. I never did.
To use your word, your operative word, devastated. As you know, I spent several years as a columnist at the Chicago Tribune. I still have many friends in Chicago. I've been in touch with several of them over the last few hours. They are devastated by these comments. They are sick and tired of a Derrick Rose that they have tried so hard over the years to embrace. This is, as you know, one of their own, born and bred Chicagoan, Derrick Rose, who continues to rub their noses in their love for him, because it's becoming clearer and clearer to the people of Chicago, who, as you know, cherish players who play hard and even play hurt. It's becoming clear that Derrick Rose is very, very gifted at something he really doesn't want to do, and that's play basketball at the highest level, the NBA level. So now they have to face the fact that over the last 2 years, Derrick Rose played 10 total games and made approximately $34 million. Think about that. 10 games, $34 million over the last 2 years. And now this, that he's more concerned with his afterlife than his current NBA life.
Okay, but let me say this to Skip Bayless. If they're paying him that much money, how much do you think the Chicago Bulls and the NBA is getting off of merchandising, off of tickets, off of the brand of the Chicago Bulls? It's no comparison. So for him to make that, you know, that term or that statement saying that, oh well, they're paying him this amount of money, so he shouldn't be saying this or he shouldn't be saying that's complete bullshit, because they're still caking off of Derrick Rose. They was getting millions of dollars off him when he wasn't playing, for the simple fact of who he is as a player. But you know, I'm gonna go down to some of these comments, and I mean, you know, this really goes to show you how people think. Look at this comment. My name is Derrick Rose, and I am making $917 an hour working from home, and you can too. Basically being a smart ass. But see, everybody bringing up money. I mean, this is crazy. And see, the thing is that people think, oh, well, you know, he's getting paid millions of dollars, so, you know, he should just settle back, break his neck, you know, go along and get along because they're paying the money. They did the same thing with Ray Rice, Michael Vick. As soon as they throw some money at black men, they think we supposed to tap dance and buck dance. And that's incorrect. That's why I respect Derrick Rose, because Derrick Rose will remind me of myself. You know, he well-mannered. You know, he doesn't come out here and tap dance or pull on the show for people. He just goes out there, do his job, does it to the maximum of his ability, and, you know, he go home and he enjoys his family. And that's why I have a lot of respect for Derrick Rose. But, I mean, look at these comments. This brother here said, couldn't have written that post any better. I'm glad Rose is thinking of his future beyond professional basketball. That's right. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. If D Rose goes out here, breaks his neck, tears his ACL again or whatever, or his Achilles, guess what? They're going to throw him to the wayside. They're not going to give a damn about Derrick Rose, because you're only valuable when you can generate money. The minute this guy can't play to the ability that they're paying him to play at, or they expect him to play at, they're going to trade him, they're going to throw him to the wayside, you know, send him as a reserve or whatever. They're not going to support Derrick Rose. So I think he's smart for saying, hey, you know, I want to be able to walk in my son's graduation. You know, I want to be able to play with my kids 10, 15, 20 years from now. I want to be able to see. I want to be able to hear. I want to be able to enjoy life to the maximum. I don't want to be, 30-something, 40-something years old, and I'm in a wheelchair drooling from my mouth and I can barely speak, all because I wanted to entertain people more than be concerned about my family, my well-being, and my health. But, this is crazy. Look at this person. I couldn't disagree more. The Bulls pay him $100 million, and he is basically saying he feels no obligation to actually earn it. Just saying he is gonna chill so he is good once he is done. Very selfish. Wow, that's crazy. And the man never said he wasn't gonna do his job. What he said is that he is going to protect his future, which I think that's very smart of him. The average professional player, only has probably about, I say, a 3 to 4 career span, 3 to 4 year career span, excuse me. And that's it. Only the top of the line cats, stay in the game for 10, 15 years. And even if you're a top of the line player, by the time you get, 31, 32, you're considered an older player. So it's time to start, investing, going into real estate, or you see a lot of these guys get on these shows and become, commentators or whatever, because the professional athlete lifestyle is not a long-term thing, and that's why I always advocate, making sure that you get your education so that you have something to fall back on. You're not basically a paid slave for these people within the entertainment industry. And I played college football. I mentioned that in several of my videos. And one of my main goals, You know, if I was able to get to the NFL level, that would have been great. But at the same time, one of my main goals was making sure that I graduated, which is what I did, so that I had that foundation behind it. Because these people don't give a damn about you. The minute you get hurt, bye, you're done. Everybody loves you when you're out there making the money. But I mean, this is crazy. You got people, I mean, they calling him selfish, you're selfish, because you're not thinking about this man's life. You're not thinking about his family. All you concerned about is him winning the NBA championship. It's a lot more important things to look forward to than an NBA championship. When his back is broken, or you know he can't do the necessary things that he wants to do with his children, are you guys gonna come to his aid? Are you guys going to help him? No. You gonna sit back and say, yeah, that's too bad what happened to Derrick Rose. Well, who else can we bring in to take his spot? Get the fuck out of here. But I mean, you know, for Stephen A. Smith, you know, for him to come out and, you know, make those type of comments, knowing the game of basketball, you know, knowing the way that a lot of black athletes are taken advantage of within entertainment as a whole, but professional black athletes get taken advantage all the time. Whether it's your agents, whether it's just the game alone, whether it's the underhand racism. You know, I thought that was out of line, but we all know how Stephen A. Smith gets down. We know how he tap dances. Look at this person. Good thing the Bulls are paying him $100 million so he can sit out and think about his meeting post basketball. It's crazy. And you guys can read some of these comments. You know, pause the video, do whatever you got to do. But, I mean, it's a lot of hate. And I find it to be funny. I find it to be selfish. And it really goes to show you the mindset of a lot of people. The mindset of the NBA. Look at this person. Then retire and get out the league. I think I speak for all of us when we are sick of Derrick Rose injury situation every season. But when he dunking basketballs and shit and winning games, it's all good. You have no issue with him. But I just wanted to show this to everybody because, you know, this is the world we live in. You know, I know some cats that, you know, I went to school with, you know, cats I grew up with that, you know, are, they play college basketball or college football, whatever, that watch my videos. And you have to be aware of this stuff because everybody loves you when you're winning games and you're making everybody filthy rich. Everybody loves you. But the minute you can't do that, people fall to the wayside. And a lot of times, it's only your family that's really there for you. And those people that you grew up with. And that's why I advocate never forgetting where you come from. Because a lot of times, you know, when we get into situations, it's that same community that has our back that we came out of. So, you know, never shit on your foundation. Never forget where you come from. That's all I got to say in this video, man. For y'all that's being selfish out there and not really thinking about this man's life, this man's children, his family, and it's his overall future, y'all need to get out of that selfish bullshit, man. It's more to life than dunking the basketball and winning NBA championships.